Dumbass. Yeah, praying ain't gonna help you now. Hey, you asked for this.
Dante. Dante, don't kill him.
A little late for that.
Please.
Are you crazy?
I am begging you. Please stop. For me.
Wait, why does she want me not to kill him? He's a douche. Women always like the assholes. Though I guess they're both kind of assholes. Oh my god, he has white hair now. Everybody get a heart on. I'm sure he'll go and be like, ah, it's totally cool now. I'm not gonna try to take over the world or anything. It'll be all cool. Coolsville. I'll definitely never betray you again. Once was enough.
The world is under my protection now.
You've chosen the wrong side. You're not human, Dante. You never will be.
Yes, walk away. Little bitch. It's like king of bad ideas.
I loved you, brother.
He poured like 5 feet away behind that structure. What?
I don't know who I am anymore.
Powers are
I
limited.
know exactly who you are. You are Dante. Nothing more and nothing less.
So I saved the world and all. Does that mean, you know, you're good with a Nephilim, maybe? Alright. Woo, we beat it. At least once. I like how they're blurring out stuff in their offices. That's pretty amusing. Probably. Brand names, I say it's pretty safe to say. Wow, they're blurring the hell out of shit. Like, they're blurring out the Dell and all that on the monitors. Alright, well, here's my mini review. It was really good. Sorry to disappoint, but I quite enjoyed it. Gameplay-wise, very, very good. The combat felt very good. They did a good job of slowly bringing new mechanics in, and on top of that, kind of forcing you to use them for a little bit, and even kind of bringing those same mechanics back. I like how later on they would tell you, oh, by the way, you've had to deal with this monster doing this. To beat him, or to stop him from doing that, you can do this. So it's slowly encouraging you to use all the different abilities, how to deal with all the enemies. So I think they did a good job there. Ouch. This song is awesome, by the way. The jumping puzzles, honestly, I didn't feel like there was... I wish there would have been more combat, but I don't feel like I did with Darksiders 2. Where if you haven't watched that Let's Play, you totally should. But I felt like Darksiders 2, there was almost no combat. There was very little combat until the end of the game. I definitely didn't feel that way this time. There could have been more. And if I have a major complaint, that's probably it, that there wasn't enough combat. But part of that, honestly, is a good thing, because that means I wanted to do more combat. Sorry, I was watching the special thing there. But, yeah, so I definitely enjoyed it for the most part. I always say for the most part. Forget that. I enjoyed it. Definitely wish there was more combat. I Well, let me say this right now. Wow, that's really creepy. Huh. She actually throws up. We want it realistic, damn it. I feel that way now. I will say that going back through, however, doing multiple playthroughs where I'm just going to skip the cutscenes and want to focus on the combat, that I actually... Oh, Atlanta, USA, that's where I'm at. But further playthroughs, I might notice it more. But in this game, the pacing, for the most part, felt really good. The only part where I really felt the pacing fell apart was when that one little puzzle where you had to align the things for the power generator. But that was very short. I don't think it had any place in the game, but not something... It's a very minor issue. The jumping puzzles felt good. This comes from somebody who isn't really crazy about jumping puzzles. I don't know if you call them jumping puzzles. There's just a lot of... No, they're jumping puzzles. I liked Alice Madness Returns, but the game was built around the idea that you're doing jumping puzzles. I actually enjoyed it more than I did. I knew reading the reviews, I was dreading coming into all the jumping puzzles. They weren't anywhere near as bad as I thought they were going to be. There's definitely some weirdness where once you start angel lifting, for example, you can't change, and it can be hard to determine how far away a ledge is. But again, for the most part, that didn't come up a whole lot. There weren't any pixel perfect type jumps, so it didn't really matter because you didn't have to be right on. Now, as far as the story, I actually like the story. The story's pretty good. They're not going to be winning any awards. It's not BioShock level of story / atmosphere, but I thought it was actually a pretty decent story. The end where Virgil turns on you, I suspected that, but that's just because I'm aware of Virgil being your nemesis for the most part in other Devil May Cry games. So I figured they were going to go that same route, which that's fine. I just thought that the way he did it was a little silly. I guess you could argue, because I guess from his perspective, at least from what he's saying, is he's wanting to rule to protect people because they'll just run amok again, blah, blah, blah. But really, he's just power hungry. He just wants the power for himself. It's not about, oh, I want to help them. I want to keep them from destroying the world. It's, I want to rule this world. But he's probably lying even to himself and saying, oh, no, I'm taking the gun away from you because I worry about you. I'm doing this for you, not me, when he's really doing it for him. So I can see that. Dante's character, let's go ahead and talk about it. I like the new Dante. I'm not going to lie. When they first released pictures of him, I didn't like it. They actually did touch him up because of that. And in fact, a lot of the complaints you hear, I think people haven't noticed or paid attention to the changes they made. When they first showed the new Dante, he was very crackish. He was very skinny and pale. He looked pathetic. But they beefed him up quite a bit. I mean, he's not super muscular, but he's not famished either. He doesn't look like he needs to eat a hamburger. So I really like the new Dante. He has the same cheesy lines he's always had in every other Dante, because I've watched speedruns and other Let's Plays of Devil May Cry. It's the same, types of cheesy lines. It's not any less cheesy than it used to be. So the character, I liked him, and he wasn't like a total doucher. Yes, he starts off as a total prick, and you just don't like him. But kind of once his life gets purpose, he becomes a relatively likable dude. Graphics look great. The level design was really good. I really like the look of the levels, in particular the club and the news network. Those looked really, really cool. I really like those. There were some really cool boss fights too, like the Bob, whatever his name was, jumping into the TV and having it show like crime scene, but you're actually playing. That was really neat. I really thought that was a cool idea. Some of the other bosses were pretty bland, nothing really special about them. But for the most part, it was fun. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Oh, the graphics looked really, really good. On PC, you can get 60 frames a second. but on consoles it's 30. I honestly couldn't tell the difference because I record in 30 frames a second, because that's what YouTube limits you to anyway. So why eat up the extra bandwidth? So, or extra hard drive space rather. So I couldn't tell. I'll definitely find out once I play it off camera, as it were. Overall, I really like the game. I keep saying the game. I really like DmC. It actually makes me want to go play the old Devil May Cry's even more. And that's not an insult to the game. I just want to play them because I never got a chance to play. I played the first Devil May Cry until the spider, and I got stuck. And then I played the third one until I beat the dog guy. And for whatever reason, I just never picked it up again. Not because I didn't like it. I just didn't do it. I have a really bad time finishing console games. But at any rate, I definitely wish I could, or I want to pick up the DmC or the Devil May Cry HD collection now, for sure. Overall, I really think Ninja Theory did a good job with this. If the combat is dumbed down, then it's dumbed down. It's still pretty in-depth. You're not, again, despite bullshit that you hear on the forums, you're not going to spam the same attack over and over and over again and get triple S. That's a bunch of horse shit. I've heard that. I've seen that so many times, it's ridiculous. Maybe for playing on the easiest difficulty, but even then I doubt it. Because I think I played relatively well. Quite frankly, I would put myself over the average person who would pick this up, and I couldn't get close to triple S's all the time. I mean, I was bad about remembering combos and whatnot, but I mean, you're going to get hit. I mean, your average person is going to get hit from time to time and drag that rating down. Again, overall, I really liked it. Oh, let's see what our mission end. The end? Don't bet on it. Yes, there are, again, remember there's, 6 difficulties? It's insane. Wow, not bad. Virgil was pretty easy. Let's continue to. You have unlocked completed Devil May Cry. New mode, Son of Sparta, with brand new remix enemies, setup and behavior. Try this new difficulty next level. New costume unlocked, white hair Dante. Access costumes in the mission screen by selecting skins perks. Let's take a look at that real quick. But overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this I'd give this a 9. Yes, I am going to go ahead and give this a 9. I might consider dropping it if I go back and find that the hard difficulties aren't that fun, but I would have to be a pretty significant drop in enjoyment. So yeah, I would go a 9. Well, you know what? No, I have a really hard time rating this game for some reason. 8.5 would be my absolute bare minimum rating, but I'm leaning towards a 9. For me, 9 is just really, really high. And games like this, I have to play a long time before I really go, you know what? This game is amazing. I did that with Bayonetta. I liked Bayonetta, but the more and more I played it, it became one of my favorite games of all time. So let's go with an 8.5 for now. Let's go with an 8.5. Sorry, I'm indecisive. With an 8.5 right now, that's still obviously I'm using the real scale, not the horseshit scale that GameSpot and other sites use, where a 7 is a mediocre game. 5, last I checked, was in the middle of 10. So 5 is a medium, like a mediocre game. It has about equal parts good, equal parts bad. This is a damn good game. If you're into this type of action, or even if you're not, I highly suggest picking it up. I also like to give a price gauge of where I would say to, like, how much you should, pay, like how much you would pick this up for. Honestly, I would say if you're the type who would actually play it more than once, I'd say full price, $60, $50 or $60, 50 if you're on PC. I don't think I can check my other skins here. I need to actually go to missions. Son of Sparta. But anyway, I'm not going to bother. But what was I saying? Oh yes, price. Full price if you're the type who would run through this more than once. The combat is very addictive, so I can see that happening. Trying to get better scores, running through harder difficulties, what have you. if you're the type who you're pretty darn sure you'd play it through on one time on normal difficulty, I have a hard time saying to get it for more than like 20 or 25, because it was a short game, as you know. It took me what, 8-ish hours, 8-9, so it's pretty short. So if you're just a one-time, never pick it up again, $20, 25. Honestly though, I have a hard time if you like this type of genre at all, and seeing how there's not a ton of games like this, I can see playing through it multiple times. And as you can see, the people complaining about the difficulty, because I don't have any doubt that people who have played the other DmC games a lot could easily pick this up and start with Nephilim and not have a problem. Son of Sparta is the next to the hardest difficulty. Dante Must Die is the hardest regular difficulty. Heaven and Hell is you die with one hit, but enemies also die with one hit. Hell and Hell is you die one hit, but the enemies have normal hit points. If you can beat Hell and Hell and you're getting S's and SS's, then hats off to you, sir, because you are a serious badass. But don't tell me that the game can't be hard. I guarantee once you start to at least get up to Dante Must Die, you're going to start having a little bit of problems. And if not, Hell and Hell is probably going to eat your lunch / piss you off / at least give you a good challenge. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Again, I really enjoyed the game. Hope you guys have enjoyed this LP. I really, again, was not happy with my combat performance near the end. I feel like I was getting sloppy on the combos. I kept falling into the same combos over and over and not mixing it up as much. So I apologize about that. If I do play this game again, which is highly iffy, then hopefully I will have improved on that level. And I will probably end up doing post-commentary in that case, because I would just be focusing so much on the combat that the commentary would just be horrific. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.